Yo, what's going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. This is Agree to Disagree, the show where we talk about football and we agree to disagree. That's pretty much the show name. Big up to everyone who's locked in right now. If you would do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm going. You know what I'm saying? The likes help push the channel, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. So please do that if you can. And yeah, man, we got a big panel on today, man, for a big game. We've got lead judges, Dan Potts, Judge Mo, and Drifty. You know what I'm saying? So me and Judge Mo, I'm going to have to be neutral in the combined 11. You know what I'm saying? And be, you know? So how are you guys? How are we all doing?
All good, thanks. Looking forward to the weekend. Big game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Drifting, man, you got that. That's probably the worst kit, Liverpool kit, you know, I think. You know, do you not think like that kit there's, I don't know what's going on there.
For Lee and Dan, it might be a little more symbolic of why I'm wearing it. So it's more like that, just a little cheeky.
Oh.
Just a little cheeky. Last time we won at the Emirates, you know, and
Yeah.
But funny enough, Jota was the king of that game, and Jota's not playing now, so that's obviously a blow. So
yeah, man. But now, big up to everyone, man. Listen, it's the big one. It's Liverpool versus Arsenal. It's the one where Arsenal win. All that kind of talking about, you know, yeah, it's not looking good, etc., goes out the window. If Liverpool win, boy, 7 points clear. And I asked a question, you know, yesterday on the Big Six. I said, is this a game must win or must not lose? I start with you, lead judges. Must win or must not lose?
Must win. Simple as that. I know it's if you want to go for the league, you can't afford to get let Man City be 6 points in front of you. Simple as that. Like, you know what I mean? So I think you could actually catch up on Liverpool during the season, as I think like I don't think they're as good as Man City, but you can't be giving 6 points to the likes of them, like, you know. So massive game for us. Put ourselves under the pump a little bit last week. We'll have to say, because I think that I've put a lot of money on it that Bournemouth won't. Liverpool and Man City won't lose at Bournemouth. So when you get one of those defeats where other teams around you are not going to lose, you've got to make sure that when you do take on one of your title rivals, which I think Liverpool are, got no mistake about that, particularly at home, can't afford not anything else but a win. Simple as that.
Yeah, listen, I think I can't lie. I think it's a must not lose for Arsenal. You know, if I'm being truly honest with you, I think if you don't lose, then you're still in it. Not that I'm saying you're out of it, but it doesn't cause like a mad kind of debate. You know, you just kind of move on, and Liverpool don't take that extra, points ahead of you. Because right now, what's how many points are you behind Liverpool now?
4 and then 3 behind City.
Yeah. So, I mean, 4's not too bad. You know what I mean? But if you win it, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I think Liverpool, would you love to take a draw, Drifty? Or would you say must win? Like, what are you saying, Drifty?
I think a draw is totally fine. So we're at the Emirates, man. In the title race, 100% a draw is fine. I was saying to Dan earlier, I think it's between Liverpool and Arsenal to win the league. Not to write City off. I just think City don't look right, and at some point it might become unstuck. And again, I'll review that in January because they might buy a couple of players in January and just go to another level like we know they're capable of. But I'm looking at them the way they're playing at the moment, and I'm just not as impressed as I thought I would be. And I don't know, John Stones winners at the end of games and having to rely on like an absolute screamer from Garvadal, who's an absolute bad boy player, but like having to rely on like your left back hitting screamers in the top corner. You can't just keep churning that out game after game. So I'm more positive about Arsenal winning the league than I am City just. So I think a win or a draw at the Emirates is unbelievable for a title race because you've gone to your opposition ground who you're going up against and you've made sure you don't come away with a defeat. And then thankfully at the end of the season, if this race is still on, we're the home advantage when we go into the other game against Arsenal. So yeah, it's just for me, I think Liverpool is just a must not lose. I think a draw or a win is a very good. I mean, obviously a win is an outstanding result. The draw is a very good result for Liverpool. I might be annoyed that Arsenal grab an 8-minute equaliser right in the 90th minute. I'll be like, no, man, I can't believe we drew. But, before the game, without context, I think a draw is a very good result for Liverpool.
Mate, Sir Alex Ferguson said it the best, man. Beat them at home and make sure you don't lose away.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what Liverpool got to do, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think if they beat us, that's a great result for them. If we win, it's like, right, we won our home games, we're back into this. Like, we've not got ourselves in as much of a mess. We kind of clawed our way a little bit back from Bournemouth. We lose this game. I don't want to say it's over too early, but I would actually say if Arsenal lose this game and won the title, City and Liverpool have messed up big time. Because you can't be like 7 and 6 points ahead of Arsenal and then lose the title to Arsenal. Like, fight amongst yourselves by far. Surely we can catch up, no doubt. But we were 8 points clear of City, say 2 years ago. We didn't win the title.
Yeah.
If we lose this, I think it's going to be incredibly difficult for us to win the league, man. Incredibly difficult.
What could be an easy way for you to catch up, though, bro? I mean, obviously, this is all ifs and buts. If we beat you and go 7 points clear, but then City and Liverpool draw both games and both teams drop points, that would be an easy way for Arsenal to get back in. Do you know what I mean?
True. That's a good shout. They've got to play each other twice. That's a good shout.
And we draw with City a lot when we play them. Do you know what I mean? So there is a big possibility that it could be. I can't even remember the last time there was a win. I think. Oh no, the season before we beat them, they beat us. But last season was 2 draws, if I'm not mistaken. We draw with City a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the key question is Saka's fit? The manager's come out and basically said that it's 50-50 still. He's very, very what's the word I'm looking for? But he keeps his cards close to his chest, doesn't he? And he's basically saying he's done a bit of training on the grass. How far we can get him to Sundays, that's a different question. We have another day, which is a good thing. We will see. Would you, if you had to rush him now, Lee and Dan, would you rush him or, save him, but then you got the rest of the season to kind of benefit from him, because it could aggravate his injury or, whatever, what's going on.
If he's not 100% fit, he don't play. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. There's bigger games coming up as well. You've got difficult games at Newcastle, Chelsea and then the international break. If he's not fit for this one, you know what I mean? Like, you know, make sure that he's fit for one of them coming up or whatever. Like, you know, at the end of the day, listen, if you're saying that a half fit Saka is better than a full fit Jesus or a full fit Sterling, then there's something wrong at this football club. That is how it is. You know what I mean? Like, so listen, if he's training on the pitch, because he hasn't trained in front of the cameras today, don't mean to say that he's not training. So I think at the end of the day, they've obviously taken the call. I actually, when that injury came, I said he wouldn't play against Bournemouth and Shakhtar. It will be this one. I'll be really, really surprised if he's not available for this game. And Timber, if they're both training today, unless they have any sort of recovery. It's not like, I know, like with modern technology and everything, it's not like back in the days when we played and all that, where, let's go out and have a fitness test and see if it works or not. They've got all the scans and everything to show exactly where it is and where it's not. So, you know, if they're ready, they're ready.
Judges, I think he'll play him even if he's bloody 25% fit. This manager loves playing Saka, man. Do you know what I mean?
Because the team is dead without him, right?
It is dead without him.
The reality is, guys,
it's dead without him, because Erdegaard and Saka are both out. That's the
problem. Exactly. Judge just said a 50% fit Saka is better than Jesus. So Sterling is dead. We've seen him. He tried him. He's not even liking him. Jesus, for some reason, this guy just lost the plot as well, Jesus. Like, every time he tries to play, he does everything right until it comes to the final pass with the cross, and he just doesn't pick the right one. It's just so strange. Movement is right. Dribbling is all right. Now cross, just pass to a teammate, bro. And then he just, no, I'm just going to pick the opposition and pass him the ball. For some reason, that happens all the time. To be honest, I don't think you have a chance without Saka, especially because Saliba's out. I know Odegaard is out. I think Arsenal will have like a 20%, 10% chance of winning the game without Saka. You have to play Saka. If he's fit, I actually think Saka's injured more than I actually say. If it's a hamstring injury, for everyone that played football, you don't recover from a hamstring injury for a week or two. You just don't.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Unless
it's not possible. Bro, that's a different breed of people, bro. But seriously, a hamstring injury is not as easy as people think, right? And you cannot play with a hamstring that has even a first-degree tear in it, because you will absolutely aggravate it.
No, if it's a tear or if it's a strain, it's a different thing. It's a different thing. Like
it's a first degree, which is a strain in the hamstring. Because if
that's minimum 3 weeks in, minimum.
Exactly. If he's even like, if the hamstring has any sort of a strain in it and he plays and he puts one sprint and it gets torn even first degree, it might require a month or 2 months of recovery. I don't think the manager should risk him if it's an actual injury. I'm not sure. They haven't given us any information. I tried to read every single article. No one knows. No one knows what is happening with Saka, same as Odegaard. But I don't think Arsenal have a chance without Saka, to be honest with you guys.
That's why I'm with Mo.
It's a horrific situation for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I actually believe if you have no Saka for the next 3 games, your season in the league might be off after Chelsea game.
I can speak from experience, guys, because we did this last season with Salah. He came back from AFCON with that slight hamstring injury, and then we rushed him back. We played him against Bournemouth away, I think, second half.
Never the same,
and then we were without him for another 6 weeks because we were stupid and we tried to rush him back. I know the Arsenal-Liverpool game is huge, but if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be really worried that if he's not 100%, what about Chelsea away? What about Newcastle away? But do you know what I mean? Like there's more to the season than just this game. And I'd be very worried if he's not 100%.
But talking tactically, though, I actually believe without Saka, the only way Arsenal can get anything out of this game or even have a chance is to park the bus. I mean literally park the bus. Not even try to go for it. You don't have the capability to press. They don't have the capability to press.
Set piece.
Without Calafiori, who has an MCL, if Timber's not fit and Saliba's not fit, you will struggle to defend in space, especially with Diaz and Salah. You will struggle big time to fend for that defense if the ball is played diagonal to Salah in spaces or Diaz in big spaces. You will have to defend in bulk. You'll have to defend in like 2 lines, But it's so tricky for Arteta how he approaches this game, because if you fall 1-0 behind, I actually don't think you'll come back from it. You'll have to stay in the game until set piece or a free kick or even a counter attack with Havertz. If he tries to open up, which is I was just speaking with Rory, and he said he thinks Arteta will go for it, and I'm like, he must be stupid if he does this. And he's like, but I think at home he will try.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter which personnel, he will try. I want to get Judge's and Dan's opinion about this, because if he goes for it without the Saliba guy at the back, bro, and without Timber, bro, in spaces, Kivior and
Calafiori.
No, it's MCL.
Oh,
I was going to say, is that official? Has he actually got an MCL injury?
No. He said he could be even available, which he won't be for tomorrow.
Really?
Come on now.
Yeah. He's going to be out for a few weeks.
Yeah, he'll be out for a couple
minimum.
of weeks.
Yeah, minimum. But like for me, when you look at Arteta going for it, when's he gone for it this season? Name me a game where he's gone for it this season. We haven't.
Southampton,
even against
Leicester,
Wolves. No, we didn't go for it, Mo. Come on.
You went for it against hold on. Against Aston Villa away, you dominated 60% possession. You tried to penetrate that defense. You got down on the counter attack a couple of times. No, one mistake, one counter attack. But he dominated the ball. He went for it. He pressed.
Yeah, but did you think
he prevented Aston Villa from playing?
Arsenal, like for me, going for it was Arsenal 2 years ago, where we went like 15, 16 games of the season. Everyone was like, who's going to beat these? They look unbelievable going forward. I don't think Arsenal have looked unbelievable going forward this season. I think we've been great from set pieces. I think we've been resolute. I think we've been compact. I think we've dominated the possession. But can you say like, wow, they've thrown the kitchen sink at this Arsenal? Not yet. Maybe we will in the latter part of the season. Maybe injuries have done it. Red cards haven't helped. I agree. We've got to keep 11 men on the field, by the way. That's another thing. I mean, crikey, it's just becoming a joke.
He needs to calm down on the touchline. He needs to calm down. You
Yeah,
cannot be jumping up and down, bro, like this, bro. By the way, I'm serious. For some whatever reason, and I've spoken to this with other people, and I know Judges and Potts, they go to the games. The only team that the manager's energy transmits to the players, Arsenal. Jurgen Klopp used to jump up and down like a cockroach on the touchline, but Liverpool players were always calm. Pep Guardiola punches things, but Man City players aren't mostly rattled. For some reason, this guy has this energy that the players feed off it. And I don't know why.
No, I agree, Mo.
I don't know why. He needs to stop this.
I agree with you. And I think do you remember when he went at Klopp that year at Anfield? We actually played well. I don't know if you agree. We played well. They battered us, by the way, in the end, 4-0. Up until the point that Arteta and Klopp started squaring up to each other, Liverpool fans were like, right, let's just go trounce these guys. And that was that was the first time I looked at Arteta and the Arsenal fans were going, I love that. He squared up the Klopp. And I'm like, let's just keep our cool a little bit more, because we didn't need to do that. You know, you don't need to give an excuse to lift Anfield, and that's what we did. So I think you're right. Look, I love animation. I love passion in the game. But if it starts to then relay onto the pitch, you start to have problems. I don't think Arteta will go for it at the weekend, but I don't know what Judges thinks, man.
Well, listen, I mean, it's interesting hearing that. Like, when Arsene Wenger used to sit on the side, everybody used to say, "I want to see passion." You know what I mean, from a manager. Now we've got someone that does it. Oh, I want someone to sit down and all that. Like, it's just the way that things are and all that. Like, I don't think that him on the line has anything to do with Saliba being sent off, because it was poor from Saliba, poor choice. If I'll be honest,
true.
You know what the refs are like. You know that there's certain things that you look at and you see certain players getting sent off for it and not others. And so don't put yourself. That's the one thing I'll be saying to them. Don't put yourself in the position for referees to make that decision. And Arsenal have been doing that for too long now. Like, if you have a look at all three sending offs. You can argue that all three are sending off, and you can argue that they're not. You could get excuses to not send them off. But the fact of the matter is, that the more likely chances are you're going to get sent off. Don't give them that opportunity. Listen, Arsenal haven't gone for it in certain games this season because they haven't had their best players playing. But played well against PSG for 45 minutes, then managed the game, see that out very, very well. Oh, love and behold, then all of a sudden PSG are not the PSG of old and all that. Like, this is not the
You
Liverpool.
can't win, can you? Yeah.
No, you can't win
right.
of old. This is not Liverpool 3-4 years ago when they was all in their prime. This is Liverpool with a Salah and and Van Dijk that are past their best. They're still very, very good. Not saying they're not, but they're not their peak players that they were 2 or 3 years ago. So Liverpool are still a very, very good team. Got some fantastic players, but they're not the Liverpool of 2 or 3 years ago where you thought, oh, they'd come to the Emirates and they beat us quite comfortably on a few occasions. And going to Anfield, you was thinking like, oh, I hope we can keep it down to 1 or 2. This is not the Liverpool of that now. This is a different Liverpool. And they're a little bit more. What I've seen of them, I haven't seen much of Liverpool. I don't watch too much of them, but when I've seen them, I think they're a little bit. And I don't want to say be disrespectful to Klopp because it's not. Because I thought Klopp was a wonderful manager and everything like that. But I think they're a little bit more organised defensively, a little bit more structured in their play now than what they was under. There was more of a freedom under Klopp. So I don't think that Liverpool come to the Emirates. I'll be very, very surprised if they open up. I think that they're tucking like they did against sometimes parts of the game against Chelsea. Don't kid yourself when people turn around to you and say, "Oh, Chelsea had a lot of the play and were dominating all that." No, they weren't. That was because Liverpool allowed that to happen. You know what I mean? And then hit them in certain places. And that is exactly what I think Liverpool will do on this occasion. They're sitting and they'll wait for their time. And they've got players like Salah, like Diaz,
absolutely,
that are very, very calculated and can still do the business there. So we've got to be very, very cautious of that. But listen, if Arsenal can hit form, we've still got good players in our team. When I'm listening to Mo there, I thought he was talking about Crystal Palace for a minute, or someone like that. We've still got some decent players that on their day can hurt anybody. On a
which players you think can actually lead the time? Yeah, which players without Saka and Odegaard and Saliba at the back? Which players you think can hurt a Liverpool team?
Martinelli can. I think that he can hurt people. He certainly hurt Liverpool in the past, if I'm not mistaken. As it happens, he's got a very, very good record against Liverpool. Havertz can. You give him like time and space, he can do it there. I honestly don't think Declan Rice is a bad player, by the way.
No, he's not bad. I think he's a brilliant 6. I just don't think he's a brilliant 6. One of the best DMs of last season. And the problem is your coach. The reality is, Lee, your coach is playing him in a position that it doesn't look like as comfortable as he was last season because the team, as Potts said, the team is not finding their form. When he played the second half of the season as an 8, he looked good as well. He looked brilliant as a 6. That's why he won 8 man of the matches as a 6, right? The problem is the team is not finding the form, and it's not helping Declan Rice. That he's been
lost one game. We've lost one game. Where are you on about form? We've lost one game.
You think you played well this season?
But who cares? Who cares?
Oh, okay.
Who cares? We lost one game. How many games has Aston Villa lost this season?
2 or something. Is it only me or Saeed?
One. Who was that against?
They lost 2. I'm sorry, they lost 2 games.
Who's that? Who have they lost 2 to?
I can't remember. They lost against Arsenal. Yeah.
Did we play well that day? Did we play well that day?
You played very, very well that day.
It's going to be interesting, man.
The only game that I think you stamped your authority on, apart from the Leicester and the Southampton. Yes, there are circumstances and the red card. I haven't seen Arsenal, and I'm repeating this again. For Arsenal, I believe they needed to have a continuation of the brilliant form they had in the last 16 out of 18 games you won, blown away teams, full control of every game. And because at the end you didn't win the league, I wanted to see a continuation of that form. I think that stamps their authority.
You ain't going to see that at this moment in time. You have a look, go back to Arsenal last season. They're very similar to what they are like now. I think me and Dan will
disagree, but fine.
We was moaning about things wasn't great, and then all of a sudden it clicked in the second half of the season. I don't know. I think with Declan Rice, I'll be honest, I don't think that he's had the rest that he should have had. I think like 3 weeks for him is not enough. I also think with Odegaard not being there, his performances from the role that he plays is going to be affected, like everybody's is, like, you know what I mean. But
yeah, of course.
That's going to happen, like. But you know, you're taking out. Listen, you're taking out Arsenal's two best players at this moment in time, in Saka and Odegaard, and Saka's not been. He's been there most of the games, but he hasn't been for the last two. And I think because you got them two out in the last two games, that's where it's shown a big difference where we haven't played. But we haven't really. No one's turned around to me and said like, "Whoa, we've missed Odegaard. Oh, we missed him and all that." Like, no, why? Because we're getting the job done. You know what I mean? We're never going to go to Spurs and be pretty against Spurs, but we got the job done. You know, like, and realistically, if it wasn't for poor management, and I'm going to say that now, poor management from Arteta against Bournemouth, because he got the selection of the team completely wrong. If he'd have got trusted in perhaps one of his wide players, or even more so Nwaneri in that game, I think that I think we would have beaten Bournemouth and everything would be looking a little bit rosier. I think he's got to make a big decision tomorrow. Like, you know, you say about like if Saka's not playing, I think he's going to have to go bold and go in with Nwaneri. I really do. I really think that he's got to go for a little bit more flair in that side.
Midfield, yeah.
You know what I mean? And just be a little bit more uncautious instead of too cautious.
I think what Lee's saying and what Mo's saying is correct. I think what Mo's saying is Arsenal don't look too great right now. I think that's a fact. I don't think Lee's disagreeing with that. I think what Lee's saying is, look, if we get the results, we win 1-0, 2-1, I really couldn't give a damn. Because if we're winning the league by that way, 1-0, 2-1, I'm not going to look back and go, yeah, we won the league. But it's so disappointing that we only won 1-0 and 2-1 each. I don't really give a damn. We won the league, and we used to do it under George Graham all the time, 1-0 to the Arsenal, boring Arsenal. I don't give a damn. The problem you've got is when you play this way and you don't win 1-0, 2-1, you've then got to look at the manager to go, what are we doing then? Because we've got players in this squad that can drive us forward. Now, some of those players at the moment are injured. Hopefully we get them back soon. And I think we do need to get across the line. This is a must-win game for Arsenal for sure. Yeah. And I think Ethan Nwaneri is a really good topic because at the moment, for whatever reason, Mikel Arteta is making himself look a little bit stupid because when that transfer window shut and I said, Ethan Nwaneri, he must trust him, and then he doesn't trust him, this is looking silly now because we were told Smith Rowe, Vieira, Nelson and Eddie can all go because we've got enough cover. We bought Sterling, Nwaneri was promoted. If you're not going to believe that Sterling can get something out of him and Nwaneri's not going to be used, then you're going to look silly, man. So, yeah, he's got big decisions. Lee's right.
Yeah. Let's move to the combined 11. Guys, there's over 700 people in the building. Make sure you lot are liking the video. We've not even hit 300 likes yet. So, guys, bottom right-hand corner, free to do so. Hit the like button. Subscribe to everyone's channels as well. That'll be helpful. But, yeah, let's get straight into it, man. It's players that are available. Obviously, it makes sense. We're going to add Saka in here because he can play on the weekend. It's just whether it's 50-50. Obviously, we know that Calafiori is going to be out. Timber, I think, is out. Is he out? Not sure.
We're not sure.
No, anyway. Timber's got as much chance of playing as Saka from what I've heard.
Okay, so yeah, we can add Timber then. Okay, cool. So it's basically
are we going overall or on form or are we? This is why.
No, we'll go form. We'll go form.
On form. Okay.
Yeah. So in that, I'm guessing it's David Raya. But David Raya, has he been in form last couple of games? Or
he's good, bro. He's good.
Yeah, he's been good, Saeed.
But without David Raya, dude.
Yeah,
without Raya, the other night we would have drew.
I've been hearing Arsenal fans moaning about Raya though lately. I don't know.
Really? Only Bournemouth. The rest of the season.
He had a poor game against Bournemouth.
Okay.
I've definitely got to give an honorable mention to my boy Kelleher, though, man. The boy's impeccable when he comes in for.
He's a great number 2, man. Great number
unbelievable goalkeeper.
Did you see the save again? Did you see Drifty the save against Leipzig when the guy hit it so strong and Kelleher had 3 steps already to his left, anticipating, and just held the ball. And I'm like, bro, you have seen this play before. You knew what was going to happen. Against any other goalkeeper, that would have been a goal. The guy hit it on the volley, and Kelleher. Somehow, Liverpool want another goalkeeper than Kelleher, and I don't know why, but he's fantastic.
Do you know why, Mo? Because with him being 26 now, I think we've realised he's not willing to be on the bench anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And that's why, he's too good. I'm hoping that Liverpool don't do the crazy thing and accept the bid from Chelsea or something, because I'm sure other teams are going to start sniffing around Kelleher come the summer. He's such a good goalkeeper, so yeah.
Yeah, he's a number 1, isn't he? He's not a number 2 no more. He's not.
No, he's not anymore. No, he's not.
So we're gonna go with Raya in goal. So David Raya is in goal. Right back.
Trent, man.
Trent.
Yeah. White's not been on form this year.
White's not really been great,
Nah,
and
he
Timber's
ain't been
been
great.
more left back. Like Timber's going to be left back, but Trent's right back, man, 100%.
Yeah,
I don't think Timber plays left back for one reason. Timber has played 2 games as left back, right, guys? It's been good.
is
It's
it?
been great. Played 2 games as left back. That doesn't warrant you in the
Nah, he's
combined
played
11
more
to
than
start.
that. He's played more than 2 games.
He
but
played in the
hasn't been playing
league.
there all the time. He hasn't been playing there all the time. He's been needed versatile because of our
I
injuries.
think Calafiori played 5 games as a left back this season.
Champions League game. He's been playing Champions League because Timber's been then coming over to the right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But I think he's been better than
Trent
I
right
think he's
side
better
is-
than Robertson, I lie.
We got some in the chat.
Robertson has not been horrific. He has been just a steady Eddie this season. He's not been great and
Yeah.
he's not been bad. He's been steady Eddie, just
Yeah.
doing the
Well,
job.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
wrong with that, Mo.
On form
Nothing
though,
wrong with
right?
that.
Timber. Surely. Yeah, look, I've got a lot of time for Robertson. I don't think he's bad like everyone now says he is. I think that's wrong. But
Sam
Timber-
thinks he's horrific and should be sold tomorrow. For
Yeah,
some
I know.
reason.
Do you know why? Because his level was so impeccable, it now feels like it's not good because he's nowhere near as good as he was. That's what it is. But I think Steady Eddie is a good way to describe it. He's been good this season. Not amazing, not crap, just good. You know.
Let's go with Trent right back. For me, I think the 2 centre backs for Liverpool take these 2 spots. You know,
Someone
I'm
said it
like-
finally.
I
said it
agree, but I'm
finally.
going to be called biased. But yeah.
no, I can't lie. I think for me, Konate and Van Dijk take these 2 spots. But obviously, you guys can talk about Gabriel. Maybe
Van Dijk walks in. Van Dijk's been unreal.
Well, hold on a minute, Dan. He doesn't walk in if Saliba's there because he's the right side. Like I don't have a net.
No, Van Dijk has been better than Saliba this season,
Lee,
judges.
Van Dijk walks
Oh
in,
my
bro.
God,
Van Dijk
Lee.
walks in.
He walks in it now because he's suspended, but he wouldn't walk in it if you know what I mean. Van Dijk is getting on about this Van Dijk. He's not as good as what he was 2-3 years ago. You're talking about the Van Dijk now.
He is,
I'll
he
tell you
is,
this
bro.
now. I'll tell you this now. I would not. If someone said to me, "Let's sell Saliba and buy Van Dijk," no way. No way. I'm not swapping over. I'm
No,
not
that's fair.
swapping
That's fair.
over.
That's fair.
I'm not swapping over.
That's
I
only
agree with
got
that.
to be
I
age,
agree with
bro.
that because
20,
that's the age.
20,
only got to be
22
age,
years of
bro.
age. I know who I want. What I would want from in the next 5-6 years in my team. But
We can't pick Saliba though because he's
can't
out.
pick
Right?
Saliba. So Van Dijk gets in. I'm not having
That's
no
what
one
I mean.
take
So he
no one
walks
over.
in.
And I'll tell you that now, the best one of them all this season by a country mile, in my opinion, has been Gabriel. He's been better than Saliba this season, in my opinion. I think he gets a real.
Has
Van
Gabriel
Dijk
been
is
better than
centre back in
Konate
the
this
league.
season?
I think Konate is a very, very good player as well. Very good player. And do you know what? Him and Konate and Gabriel very similar because they don't get the flowers that they deserve because of Van Dijk and Saliba. Very, very similar. They're very like. I think at the end of the day,
What's happening here? Who's the
don't
good
get
chairs?
the credit they
Yeah,
deserve.
sorry, just gotta put that there.
Or an experienced YouTuber like you for years been doing
No,
YouTube and find the right one.
I would.
No,
I
sorry,
think Gabriel's been defensively really good again, and from corners he's just ridiculous, man. So I think he's got to be put forward by my vote. But I can understand why Liverpool at the moment are classed defensively because they got the best record. But I would this season go Van Dijk and Gabriel. That's what I would do. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this about Gabriel and Saliba this season, right? They have not been tested like the Liverpool centre backs. Arsenal, the majority of the games, for whatever, like you can say the red cards, context, circumstances, they have been defending in bulk. Last season-
No,
Sorry,
no,
man.
you're
Let
starting
me
to get on
finish,
my
judges.
tits, Mo. You're starting to get on my tits. Like, you know what I mean? Tested. Hey?
I'm gonna explain. I can explain. Let me just finish the take. Let me finish the take. No, judges, let me finish the take.
Don't change your second name, will you?
Let me finish the take. The difference is
Let me finish.
the difference is last season, Arsenal in the last 18 games, which is we saw Gabriel and Saliba have been amazing. Arsenal were always on the front foot. So Saliba and Gabriel had a way bigger job to work interceptions, reading the game, prevent the oppositions. That's why Arsenal last season were the best defense, not only in terms of number of goals, number of chances conceded, with playing a high line, stamping your authority, dominating opposition. That means Saliba and Gabriel not only doing the defensive work, but the proactive defending, reading the game, doing the work before it happens, before the play. I saw Saliba dominating forwards without even touching the ball, preventing the opposition from them laying the ball to his side, because he's that good last season. This season, right? This has been Liverpool. This is Liverpool this season. Yes, they control the game and everything. Van Dijk and Konate this season have prevented oppositions from playing the ball behind them because they're that good in reading the game and being proactive. But Arsenal, for the red cards, and when they played the oppositions, when they opened up, they conceded. Right? When they opened up, they conceded.
Do you think Arsenal have not been tested by going to Villa away, City away?
You don't get my point about tested.
What?
You don't get my point about tested individually. When a defender is tested individually, Tarkowski, for example, I'm sorry to say that. For example, Tarkowski last season has the most blocks in the league. But I'm not going to put Tarkowski up there. When you defend deep in bulk and everything, like a Maguire, sometimes they look good. I think this season, Arsenal have not opened up yet and not conceded chances for me to say, yeah, these two guys have hit the form of last season. When you defend in spaces, you can hold the line by yourself. Van Dijk and Konate have done this the majority of the weeks when they dominate position and they don't concede chances. That is, to be honest, that is, you have defended deeper, compact, with the help of your midfield the majority of the time. So I will give credit to the team in defending against City. I will not give the credit to the individuals like last season for Arsenal.
Okay.
That is my take on it.
Okay, so what we agreed on, I'm going to go with Konate. Lee, you're going to go with Gabriel. Dan, you're going with Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Drifty, you're going with Konate. Mo, you're going to
Konate and Van Dijk.
Okay, so you're outnumbered, guys, unfortunately.
I'm gutted about that. I'm absolutely gutted about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I know, but anyway, let's go to left back. Robertson, Timber, Tsimikas.
No.
Yeah.
I think, like, in my opinion, I'm not biased on whatever. I think Robinson's probably the best of that lot at the moment. Timber's not played. I think
Calafiori, but he's not available.
Yeah, he's not right. Like Calafiori's done well for us, but I don't think that. I think Drifty said it, like, you know what I mean. Like, sometimes a 7 out of 10 every week ain't a bad thing, you know.
Yeah. The
funny thing is, though, I would have given it to Calafiori. I wouldn't have been biased if Calafiori was fit. I would have given it to Calafiori because I do.
Yeah, probably. But he's not, is he? He's not there.
No, but it's so, like, a lot of people are in his case for some reason, Calafiori, as they want the guy to fail. Even rivals, by the way. Oh my God, he's not that good. Well, he has been good going forward. He scored the goal in the most important game this season for Arsenal. He has been all right defensively. Yes, he's a little bit rash. I think he's so good. Rivals, Chelsea fans banter him all the time. Oh, he's good looking, but he's not a good defender. He's good. I think he's very good.
His positioning ain't great at times, Mo. I'll give you that.
But you have to learn that. Because he played in a completely different thing. Wait.
He's young.
Okay.
I would have put forward Timber, but it looks like Robertson's won it.
Just watch the chat and you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Even if we have Man United fans, they're making fun of the aura thing. They want to point out the negatives of Calafiori, but I think Calafiori has been good this season for Arsenal. Has been better than good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what is this. Like, it's been bad. No, he's good.
Yeah.
The trouble is with that left back spot is we haven't really had someone playing regular there. I know, like, Calafiori's probably, like, I think it's, does someone say 5 games he's played? You know, like Shinchenko's played, I think, the first 3, and then you've had Timber going over there. We haven't had really that. I know Ben White said, what's his biggest asset the other week? And he said reliability, being there. And I think that's where you would put Robinson at this moment in time. I know he's had his injury in the past, but I think he's, nailed on every week, 7 out of 10. You have to give, like, a little bit of credit to that, I think.
Guys, keep liking the video, people. We're going to move on to midfielders. 139 likes. 279 likes, actually. Let's get up to 400 likes, people. If you are watching, let's do it. Midfield. Okay. We've got McAllister, we've got Gravenberch, we've got Thomas Partey, we've got Marino, we've got Szoboszlai.
This one's gonna get kind of techie because we're going on form, right?
Yeah, we're going on
If
form, yeah.
If it
Gravenberch has to
wasn't
be in
form,
here.
if it wasn't
surely.
form, this would be straightforward. If it wasn't form,
Yeah.
and no, actually no, because Odegaard's not available. But if Odegaard was available, it would have been straightforward. I'd sit it straight now, and I'd be like Rice, McAllister, Odegaard. I'm
Yeah,
not even
that's
going to
easy.
argue anything
That's
else.
easy.
Has McAllister been on form, guys? Do you think?
Yeah, McAllister's been brilliant this season. He's going under the radar because of how well Gravenberch is playing. But trust
I
me,
think
Saeed,
Partey's been playing better than McAllister, though. I think Partey's been excellent this season.
I don't know. Partey had a very
Excellent
shaky
is a
start.
stretch, but fine. But he's been okay.
Yeah, he's
He's been
better.
better than Declan Rice.
Gravenberch is definitely getting in the
Yeah,
whole.
Gravenberch is definitely in here, I think. For
He's
me.
been unreal, man, for Liverpool.
but
Gravenberch. No one
we-
saw that.
I think
coming.
we know one thing. I don't think Declan Rice is getting there. Like I don't think so.
Nah,
Oh,
he's been poor, Rice. I can't really fight for any of our midfield. Our midfield's been a shambles, mate. Absolute shambles.
Partey
Partey's the
for
only
me,
one.
it would be Partey, Gravenberch, and McAllister a little bit higher on the 10.
Okay.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That'd be my midfield, to be honest.
Lee, you know,
Partey deeper.
No, listen, listen. You know, I think we all say on form and who's the best midfield players is all three get in there. But I agree. I don't think Odegaard's not there, and Declan Rice hasn't been the best. If I'll be honest, he's still a very.
Have you guys been talking about why he hasn't been the best at all?
Yeah,
I
Why
can,
he
tell
hasn't
you
been
why.
the best?
I can tell you why. When Arsenal signed this guy, right? I was jealous because I'm like, this is what Liverpool need. Like, what are we doing? But I did some research on him, and he's stat-wise, Declan Rice has ran twice as much as any player his age.
Yep.
And that was before Arsenal bought him, and he's done a lot of running since he's been at Arsenal. Declan Rice is going to run out of steam if Arsenal don't take care of this guy.
Yeah,
he is
100%.
running into the ground. He's running. He's being run into the ground.
He's a 6, man. This is what I don't get. He's a 6. He's a Rodri, not a Gerrard. Do you know what I mean? What are we trying to do here?
You know, that's
He's
what I
not
said
a
that
eight.
last season. And I
He's
said,
not an
yes, he's doing brilliant in the 8 at the end of the season. He scored like 8 goals at the end of the season, the second half of the season, something like that. Come on, he is a 6. And I think
It's clear.
this thing that I want to play him in the 8, bro, just Arteta, just have to choose one. It's either Partey or Declan Rice. Like, come on, stop this. Just play the guy.
We wasn't saying that last year, was ya? Wasn't saying that last year when you know what I mean. Like when we had that, and let's be honest with you. God, like you know what I mean. Like it's unbelievable how people forget and all that. Where was Partey wasn't even playing last year, and he was, and still Rice didn't play in the 6, and still no one was saying, oh, let's put him back into the 6 because he was doing so well in the 8. The reason that people now are saying, oh, let's get him back into the 6 is because he's not playing that well, and the reason he's not playing well is because he had 3 weeks off. And I tell you,
I actually disagree with you.
Play for England, like everybody else is getting a rest for England. Having games and that, he doesn't. Who's the only player? Name one. We said this, Dan, didn't we? Who's the last since Declan Rice signed for Arsenal? Who's played the most minutes for England?
Yep.
This crap Declan Rice has played the most times, and all that.
Saka as well was the next one.
Yeah, Saka's the next one. Like you know what I mean? Like absolute joke. The bloke needs a rest. He needs a break. He ain't going to get it. Because I tell you what, next month when the England games come up with that, oh, look, crap Declan Rice, no one rates, will have the most minutes in the games again. He needs a break.
He does need a break, I can't lie. He looks exhausted.
Yeah, he's 3 weeks. Listen, I think, you know, Drifty just said it, like he's a player, he's a machine that works up and down. But I'm sorry, he's not a machine. You know, and he's a human being that needs to have a little bit more of a break.
He's a
3
6.
weeks.
He is a better 6.
Lee, can I count which he at the last season he played 20 games as a DM, and then Jorginho played a little bit, and then Thomas Partey came at the end of the season. Which part of the season you think Declan Rice played better, as a 6 or as an 8 for you?
Played well every game last season, Mo. What's your point?
I thought he was. I thought it was better as a 6.
Oh, no.
I think it was better as a 6.
Really?
Yes.
That's your opinion, like he played really well.
Yeah, it's a subjective. Of course, it's a subjective opinion. I come back with the fact that he won more man of the matches played than a 6 than as an 8. I can back it with the facts here. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Ain't all
I
about
believe
that.
he's a 6.
Listen,
I believe
I'll tell you
he's a
something about it.
6
I'll go along with that. He was an 8 out of 10
in the majority of the games. Yes.
95% of his games, 8 out of 10 or higher in most of his games last season. This season, he's a 6 or 7.
Okay. Let's move on to the
Why do you want to
attack.
move on?
Move on. Sorry? You want to say something?
Why do you want to move on?
No,
It's a
no,
good
I'm just,
conversation,
I
yeah.
don't know. I thought we
Yeah,
was.
it's a good conversation.
No,
Are you not entertained?
No, it's a
Are you
good
not
conversation.
entertained?
No, I'm entertained.
Hello?
I liked it. I liked it. This is lead judges versus Mo, and you know the judges.
I absolutely. It's a very objective conversation. I like to. It's a very good one.
The judges, man.
Because I actually, to be honest with you, I actually think it's a very important conversation that Arsenal need to have. You know
Yeah,
why?
that is true, though. You know,
Because in the future, this guy is 25 years old that was bought for that much money. He has to have a position for himself at this Arsenal team. I like the flexibility and everything, and it's a plus for a player. But he needs to be Arsenal's Rodri in some point. You know what I mean? The most important player. The point is, I'm not going to say he's going to hit Rodri's level, but I'm saying, you know, when the player is so dependable in that position, you know what I mean? Like, it's very deep. Like a Salah as a right wing, like a Saka right wing, like a Odegaard in that role. If Rice can make a position his, I think it will be beneficial for him, for Arsenal, for England. At the current moment, if I'm looking at Declan Rice, I think it's confusion a little bit. Are you a 6? Are you going to play an 8? That is my point about it.
I agree with you there. That's a very good point. But you're missing the other point is at this moment in time, and it is only at this moment in time, Thomas Partey is one of the best holding midfield players in the Premier League. Like, you know, and if you take it, if you take say you're going to take Thomas Partey out and put Declan Rice there, then Thomas Partey's not going to play. You know what I mean? Like, the good thing about Declan Rice is versatility, which is an important thing, is that you can get both players into that team at this moment in time. Eventually, Thomas Partey is going to get too old, like, you know what I mean? And eventually Declan Rice, I think,
Or he'll get injured.
yeah.
Or he'll get injured. Yeah, exactly that, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then you'll see Rice go back in that position. But why you've
one thing I won't have if people saying Rice is now average and he's rubbish and it was all overhype and he was a waste of money. And people are just ridiculous if they say that.
People are. Yeah.
I don't think people understand. I don't think this is the last thing I'm going to say. I don't think people understand that there is many ways to play the DM role. There is the Fabinho way. There is the Makaleli way. There is the Rodri way. There is the what's his name, Casemiro way at Real Madrid. People think that if you're not at Rodri's level in terms of like the passing, you must be rubbish. You're not a good DM. And that's what I mean. If Arsenal establish that Declan Rice is their DM, this is very important. You build a midfield around him by buying someone that will work for him or have the plan with his ability, like Chelsea built on Makaleli. Makaleli was not the best on the ball, but everyone around him compensated him and complemented the way he played. Casemiro, the same. They complemented the way Casemiro plays. Fabinho. You don't have to be Rodri. You can be a different type of a midfielder and still be brilliant as long as the team around you is built to complement your abilities. And Declan Rice, defensively amazing, covers a lot of ground, always be an angle for his teammates. That is a plus, right? So people need to realize, he's not Rodri. He's not great on the ball. He doesn't have to be fucking Romario on the ball to be amazing for you. Yeah. He can be completely different.
True. Let's move on to attack. I think for me, one side is pretty, to be fair, Saka or Salah. I mean, let's put it straight in there.
I mean,
Salah.
On current form? We're going on current form,
yeah.
I mean, everyone's going to think I'm being biased, but I don't think Saka can be ahead of Salah. I don't.
You don't think he's this season?
This season, yes.
Most creative player this season. That's the catalyst for Arsenal actually winning games. The catalyst for the attack. Yes.
This season is subjective though, because I know there was a 3 or 4 game period where Mo's level did drop, but that was including cup games. In the league, I think Mo's only bad game has been Nottingham Forest. And some of the creativity from Mo is just out of this world at the moment. And he's got 5 goals and 5 assists. So I know Saka's playing well. Remember, I'm not saying anything to diminish the person that I'm putting Salah in ahead of. I just think 5 goals, 5 assists, and only 1 real poor performance in the league so far. Coincidentally, that we lost. Like if Mo hadn't played bad in that game, we probably wouldn't even have lost to Forest. So I think it's got to be Salah.
But you admit it's a conversation a little bit this season in terms of
Yeah. This season it's
okay.
a conversation on form because Saka's been brilliant.
You just put them both in, man. Like, what are we doing here? You just put them one right, one left, surely. Otherwise, we've got to then talk about Diaz and Martinelli and who's been better. All this rubbish, man.
Diaz should start on the left wing.
Do you know what? That's
You're making it easy.
Man.
You're making
That
it
is a good
easy,
point.
Potts. You're making it easy, Potts.
Yeah. Okay, let's vote. Let's vote. I'm gonna go with.
You know you're gonna be the deciding vote. You know that, right?
Okay, let me go last then. Right, Lee Judges said Saka. Dan Potts says Saka. Drifty, you say
Salah.
Salah. What do you say, Mo?
I'm gonna say Salah to make you the deciding vote.
Crazy.
I'm putting
gonna
the
go
pressure on
with-
you, bro.
I'm gonna go with Bukayo Saka.
Big up, Saeed.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna go with Saka.
Am I shocked of the Man United fan picking the Arsenal?
No,
player?
I get it. Listen, I rate Salah.
I swear I was gonna say this, Drifty. I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
go with
say this,
Saka.
bro.
I think Saeed still vexed about Old Trafford, man.
No, I'm not vexed, but you know what I mean? Like, for me, you know when you look at it, man, Saka's been on it this season, man. He's been on it, man. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Saka. Left wing.
Yeah, there's no other one.
Guys, are we actually going to finish combined 11 and Salah's not in it? I don't even know if I don't even know.
Listen, we haven't even got Gabriel, who's the best centre half in the league at this moment in time. You keep yourself quiet now, like you've been done. Just accept it, like we've had to accept Gabriel, right?
Currently, even
You
you
know how
don't
it
believe
feels
that.
now.
Even you don't believe that.
We
bruv.
haven't even got
Come on.
Declan Rice in this bloody team, like, do you know what I mean? Who's like, you know, so
You know you don't believe that, bro.
listen, I think he's a wonderful player, Salah, like, and listen.
I'd have put them both in, man. I'd have Salah and Saka right and left.
I'm with you, Dan. I think like
Apparently, we're not allowed to do that according to Judge Mo. You got to pick one of the others.
But I'm not gonna shift players around.
Nah, it's
Otherwise,
true,
I'll
true.
put Gabriel
It's
ahead
a
of
proper
Robertson
combined
then.
11, man.
Okay, put Gabriel ahead of Robertson then, because Gabriel is left-footed.
Yeah,
He
play
can
left
do
back.
that.
Yeah.
Go on,
Yeah,
then,
that's
Saeed.
a very good.
on,
That's a
then.
very good point, Mo. You've
I
been
agree
on
with
there
Mo.
for-
Let's
If
put
we're gonna
Gabriel
shift
ahead of
players
Robertson.
around, let's
Well
pick the
done.
best 11, no matter what the positions are.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Jota's not available.
No, he's right. He's right. It's Saka. That's it.
A lot of accommodating going on here.
Yeah.
A lot
No,
of
we're not
accommodating.
accommodating. We need to
What
pick
we
out
do.
How
Havertz,
much did they pay you, Saeed?
put
the
Salah down the
thing?
middle. Listen, that would be too easy, though, man.
Yeah. No, I think it's right. You know what I mean? Salah's had his day, and
Nicholas Jackson.
New boy's in town now.
Salah's had his day.
This
The
is
new boy in
crazy.
town now. Get used to it. It's done.
Oh
is
gosh,
crazy.
the Liverpool fans are not happy, man. They're not happy.
This is why combined 11s are awful, man. This is why.
Who we got up front?
I love them, bro. They're amazing.
Nunes. Can we put Nunes down the middle?
No, what? Have some shame. Have
So who's gonna
some
be there? Who's left?
shame.
It's got to be Havertz.
Mo,
then.
I like
To be fair, we're
Havertz.
talking
I
about
don't think
this
there's
season.
another choice. Havertz. What has
No,
that
no,
been
it's
clutch for
Havertz.
Arsenal all season? What are we
Havertz.
talking about?
You know what? It's true. You know, he has been clutch.
It is Havertz.
Listen,
But I still
I'll tell
have
you
to
this
defend
now.
Nunes against Mo
If
this
Havertz
season,
doesn't get in
because
this
he's been
team,
good this season,
I'm
bro.
coming off. All right, that's as simple as that. Like, yeah, I am going home. I'm going to go off and watch
That's a good team, man.
reruns of EastEnders because it's better than this. Like, you know what I mean? If Havertz is not in this,
It's a nice team, man.
Doubt Nunes if you will, though. We'll see this weekend.
I like Nunes. I think he's a good player. Like, don't get me wrong, but
Absolute donkey, but fine. Darwin Nunes, but fine.
All right.
Yeah,
I would have
don't
gone
think
Havertz.
I don't think
would
he's a
have gone
donkey. I
Havertz.
think he's decent.
Drifty, you don't believe that. He doesn't
Don't believe-
fit the slot system. He's not ticky like the other guys. He didn't do the.
Mo, he's every day he's getting used to the way he's being asked to play. You will
No,
see.
the Arsenal defenders.
I think
Listen,
that-
man. Liverpool
I
are
think
conceding
that
6
com-
goals all season.
Tom the other day said maybe we find the real position. Maybe he plays in the midfield, bro.
Yeah.
That's how bad he.
I think this combined 11's weaker than the Arsenal and Liverpool side.
I don't know,
Yeah,
really.
well, I don't know. It's a good team, man. Good team. You know what I
It's not a
mean?
bad team.
put Saka left back and bring Salah right wing. Get out of here, man. Listen, man.
You'd have to get you
Oh,
would.
but just to confirm, Raya, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson, Partey, Gravenberch, McAllister, Saka, Havertz, and Diaz. No Salah. That is a shock one there. So, yeah. But this, you know what, Mo? You were disingenuous as well because you literally just gave me the answer.
Yeah,
You know?
why do you want to put the pressure on us? But it's your channel.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, it's what it is, man. But listen, people, let's move over to some more pressing news, which is the El-Sackico. I'll actually give predictions. I'm going to go Liverpool 2-1 on the weekend. Oh, I'm biased. Go on. Liverpool 2-1 on the weekend. Lee?
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1. John?
So it's mad. I've never had to do this before, but the team lineup is so pivotal to me that if Saka and Timber are fit, I think Arsenal will win 2-1. If they're not, I'll go over a draw 1-1.
Drifty?
2-1 Liverpool.
And
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. That's it, man. Liverpool going to do it this weekend, man. Let's see what happens. Guys, keep liking the video, man. Let's get to 500 likes by the end of the video. Let's move on to the El-Sackico. Quickly touch on the El-Sackico. Man United, West Ham. I don't know if you guys watched the game yesterday.
I did. Oh, how can I miss it? I wouldn't miss it for the world, bro.
It was a game of 2 halves, Saeed. I thought you guys were good in the first half, and I thought you was poor in the second half.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you were definitely. I mean, I think the Fenerbahce control of the game is natural with them being at home, but I think I don't really think you felt like you was under pressure, and you did feel quite dangerous on the attack. I think Rashford played well on the right yesterday, to be fair.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was capable of playing on the right, but I actually think he played well on the right yesterday. The finish was beautiful. Eriksen's goal, brilliant finish. It was just the second half, and I think that you lot just kind of lost your head a bit, and I think the crowd and the home pressure kind of got to you. And I think a draw was probably a good result in the end for both teams, like overall. So,
I mean, the thing is, we got three draws in a row now, man, and it's like, you know. It's one win in Europe, you know, in 11.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's I can't believe that.
Did you not see what Ten Hag said today? He goes, forget about the Tottenham result. Did you see that, by the way?
What did he say? No.
Oh, my days, guys. Please. Honestly, this is not a skit. This is not
Can you play it here?
I think I can play it. It's on hate.
Is he doing it for banter now, Saeed? Is he just
he wants to get sacked. He wants to get sacked, though.
I said that to Saeed about a month ago. I told him there is no guy, there is no person in the right frame of mind that would make what he does. Bro,
here's what he said.
It's impossible. It's impossible that this guy's in the right frame of mind. Let's watch.
I denied it. I denied it game. Ignored that game against Spurs because we were downsized to 10 with a 1-0 losing position, but and then the red card was overturned. So I totally ignored that game. That is not a fair assessment to the team to take this into consideration because we didn't have the chance to bounce back. But you see, this team is resilient. This team is determined, as you said, on Brentford, but in the two tough away games now in Europe, Porto, and today again. This team has character, and this team showed fighting spirit and determination to win games.
So he denied the game.
This guy, man.
Forget it existed.
Do you know, I actually think this guy is, and I'm sorry to say that, I actually think he's not in the right frame of mind. I genuinely think that, by the way, it's not me bantering. I don't think someone would see the lineup yesterday and think this guy knows what he's doing unless he's doing it on purpose to get sacked. You have the fit back four and you chose to play Mazraoui in the 10. You must be crazy playing Lindelof. Also, Marcus Rashford's playing well. And you're not even taking him out to put Amad Diallo in, who has been one of the better players, let's say. But you put Anthony, who you know everyone will... The problem is he knows that everyone will slaughter him in the media about it. And he chose to do it. I think this guy's either crazy, for real, by the way, or he wants to get sacked and he wants the 10 million that they're going to pay him or something. And I'm so amazed that the guys up top are not seeing this, that everyone else is seeing. his responses in the press conferences after when he's saying, I'm going to reward Anthony because of the training. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
Are you nuts? You're really doing this for banter now. This is trolling. This is a different level.
He wants to get sacked, man.
I actually can't believe that he's still there, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe how bad of a job this guy is doing. And this new structure, which everyone's told rival fans to beware of because Man United are going to be back, Jim will fix it, Dan Ashworth's in town, are a shambles as well for keeping him this long. The first thing they should have done was get rid of this guy and go and appoint somebody else. They should have got Hansi Flick in the summer, like I said. That's exactly who they should have got, and they should have then backed him. Now they're getting more Ten Hag players from Ajax, like De Ligt and Mazraoui and all these guys, who the next manager probably isn't going to want. It is a shambles at the club. Like last night I watched it, it was just boring. Like it was just nothing like about them whatsoever. And let me just be real. I don't like to come on Screams and Banter, but I'm actually debating whether West Ham and Man United is worth watching ahead of Rangers and St Mirren on at the same time. I'm actually like debating what one to watch, right?
There's Chelsea game on Newcastle if you want to watch that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there is other games. If you before the game that you want to calm yourself down, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
I watch. You know,
now Dan said that it's going to be an absolute 4-3
stormer
of a game.
5-5, okay. But mate, West Ham are so bad as well, by the way. They are embarrassingly bad. So if Man United don't beat them, I just don't understand how the guy keeps his job. Like, what are they actually expecting, Saeed? Are they expecting this guy?
I genuinely believe that there is now, I think, loggerheads, right? So I think Ten Hag wants to get sacked, yeah. But Ineos are basically saying, "Yo, we can't really afford to sack you." So it's like we'd rather. So now he's coming out with all of this bad stuff that potentially could get him sacked or could. Now, you know, the people that are 10 hour game could be like, you know what? Is he a joke? I just went to that game at Old Trafford. It was pissing it down after the game. And he said, forget about it. So I reckon for me, there might be a clash in terms of Ineos are not ready to sack him yet because they don't have the money to sack him. And he wants to sack now because it's probably the best chance he gets. He could get the 15 million. So he's like, yo, sack me, man. Genuinely, because that's the only thing I get because, bro, how can you say to people, forget about that game. It's null and void. Like, yo.
Right.
Surely that's not AI, though. It's not. It's a real video.
It's a real video.
Oh, okay.
He has got a point there. I know he shouldn't have said it the way he said it, but that it was a joke of a sending off. Like, not for the VAR. I've seen that. No one. We've all watched it. We all know it's not a sending off. So I
get what you mean, but you can't say.
No, you can't say it how he said it, but you can't turn around and say.
But we should have been beaten with 10 men. No, but Lee, if you looked at that game, Lee, United with 10 or 11 men, do you reckon his result changes?
You don't know. That's the thing. Like I do know.
Because I've seen us get beat. No, but Lee, I've seen us get beat 3-0 at home to Bournemouth.
You know what I mean? At half time against Brighton, would you have thought that Brighton would have gone and won that game 3-2? No, you know what I mean. You can't.
Brighton, who are actually a good team, Lee. We've seen them get beat with 11 men, 3-0 at home. So I don't know what point we're trying to prove it.
No, I get what you're saying.
5 times.
He might not. It might not have ended up that Spurs could have gone on and still won that game 3 or 4-0. I get that, but he, as a manager, cannot come out and turn around and say. It was a disgraceful decision, exactly. You know what I mean, VAR, because he's going to get done. So he's trying to do it in a different way, but I think he's doing it in a different way. He's still trying to mock what a poor decision it actually was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I think he's doing.
Yeah, he's trying to massage his ego, and for me, he's right now. He's
listen. Give him another 4-year contract. I'm in for it.
I generally, there's some United fans that are not watching the games. At the minute, you know how bad it is. When Arsenal were doing rubbish here, did you get guys that saying, I'm not watching the game today? Like, when
we've been there.
We've been there. That's what people are doing now. They're saying, no, I didn't watch the game.
I will say one thing. I'm not saying I'm not defending Man United or Ten Hag. Dan will agree with this. There was one time when Arsenal were in it like you are now, and if you'd have turned around at me and said, look, keep the faith, because Arteta will do this, and this, and get like, I would never have believed it. I just thought, I don't know what he's doing. It doesn't look like he's going to get anything right. Even to the point where I probably thought, like, I think like he wants to get the sack himself. I think that's been mentioned before, Dan, and it, like, you know what I mean? And one game turned it for me. That was against Chelsea on Boxing Day. If we'd have lost
Oh,
that,
yeah,
we'd
you
gone
lost
into the
to,
bottom.
yeah.
We'd have gone into the bottom three. So you
But
know,
you see what it's different though. You see what it's differently. You guys, your squad was not the squad that we had. We had Ronaldo.
no,
we had
yeah.
so many big names in our team. We had a decent team. You had Socrates. You had flipping El Neni, and come on, man. Your team was
Do you know
not
the other
great when you
difference as
joined.
well? Like Arteta at the time hadn't had 3 seasons, all that money spent, and no style
Exactly.
of
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Like this was in the first season where it was like, what's actually happening? I know
Yeah,
it's just
that's
on
a
the
great
FA
point
Cup,
then.
but now I'm
Great
there
point.
on it. Like this guy's had 3 seasons. I don't see any style of play from Ten Hag. All I see is a lot of excuses. He's had everything his own way. He's had all the money spent. He selected Anthony. He selected Martinez. He selected Xerxes. He selected all these players that he's got in this summer on top of what he already had. I just can't believe the guy's still there. Yes, he's won trophies, and essentially you have to be looking at trophies as a success, right? I totally get that. But you have to be competitive in the league as well as winning trophies. Otherwise, you're going to be an Everton who are like, wow, we've won an FA Cup. This is an incredible season. Give this guy a statue. Man United, man, they should be competing and winning trophies. And they're not competing. They're just, it's a madness for me that these guys still here. I'm with Lee. Give him another 4 years. I'm more than happy him to stay here. But my God, the guy is just absolutely
You know the
clueless.
difference? So Inter, when we have been in that period after the treble in 2010, so going from 2011 all the way, I used to watch all the games, right? Even though it was horrific. But you know the difference is, I felt my board are trying, but they're making the wrong decisions. I have feeling that some Man United fans are feeling now, what is the point of us watching the games if this guy's going to keep staying and my board are keeping him? When it used to go bad for Inter, we used to sack the manager, get new players, try the right way, and it wouldn't work. So I felt every game that, okay, I'm here to win. I feel some Man United fans, looking at your reaction and other fans' reaction as well on YouTube, I feel like you guys are so frustrated more than you are and helpless as well. You know, helpless?
Yeah.
We see the problems. We see what is going on, but the board are refusing to see what we see. That is different than when we were in the gutters. Or Liverpool, for example, every year Liverpool used to try. So the fans would get behind the team and then they would fail. They'll get behind the team and they would sign the Balotellis, they spend the money. I feel Man United fans, watching you yesterday on the watch along, you feel helpless. Like, how is this happening? Why I'm watching? You know what I mean? What? That's the difference.
Worrying the 10 was wild last night, though.
Bro. He said it's from the Ajax days. He said it's from the Ajax days. I've seen him play a little bit of 10 role. So let me just do it now. And he had no impact. He got the ball and played it into Mazarawi, but there was nothing that he did that made everyone believe that it was justified for him. Yeah. You know what he did? He followed Amrabat where he was. He did the Hazard, when Herrera man-marked Hazard out of the game. He tried to impact, Amrabat's game of not getting on the half turn and start doing what he needs to do. He tried that, but even Amrabat, did his job and was effective in the game. So for me, it's tiring. But then again, we are also facing a team like West Ham who are rubbish, and they are. If they turn up, on Sunday, then
they've got the.
What if he wins? What if he wins, guys? What if he wins?
But he lives to fight another day. That's it. That's literally it, though. This is what it is, guys. He literally will fight for live another day. And we'll have another discourse in about a couple of weeks' time, and we'll be like, yo, what happened today? This is what's been happening throughout Erik ten Hag's reign. He'll win, he'll draw, and he'll do something to keep his job until the next crisis. You see what I mean?
What's this Simone Inzaghi rumor? Is that true?
Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think he's coming. I'm looking at
I actually think it might happen.
Mo thinks it will. I thought you were going to say that.
What?
I'm going to tell you why. I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why it's illogical. Okay? So he renewed only for 1 year, which is 2026, right? When people renew for only 1 year, it's just to protect your assets, so he won't leave. If Man United come in, you'll have to pay a compensation. If he wins the league this season and Man United come in with a triple wage and pay Inter some money, I think he would leave on a high. I don't want him to leave, but again, Serie A cannot compete with the wages of the Premier League. It's just a fact. Like back in the days when Inter got R9 from Barcelona because he just couldn't compete with what Inter offered the guy and the team. It just cycles. I'm not going to sit here and be stubborn and say, oh, no. If there is no other job opening for him, and Man United offer him triple the wage, he might be tempted. He might be tempted.
Now,
And by the way, your team is built for a 3-5-2. All you need is a right wing back. You have 3 center backs. You have 2 forwards that can play 2 striker formation. You have Maino, Ugarte, and Bruno. And you have Dallo can play right wing back. All you need is a left wing back that can play in that role. And your team is built for 3-5-2.
We'll get your guy.
Now, nailed on Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
It's nailed on.
Gareth Southgate.
No.
Lee.
Let's.
Nailed on.
Why not? Lee, I'm for it. Lee, let's go for
It's
it.
not happening.
Cheers, mate.
Let's
Do you know
go
what?
for it.
Lee might have a
Press
point though, you know,
conferences
because
live at Old Trafford. Filling tickets.
Southgate said he
for
wants
Man
to
United
break
press
Saeed.
conferences at Old
That might
Trafford.
be why they're
I'm here
holding on
for
to
it.
Ten Hag. Like Lee's not what Lee's saying. Even if we banter in it, he wanted a year off. Ten Hag's still in the job. Nobody understands why he's in the job. While Southgate's having his rest. If Southgate, if you get into the second half of the season and you haven't sacked Ten Hag, they're waiting to give it to Southgate in the summer. I'm not gonna lie, I do believe that.
I believe it. I'll tell you that now. I'm going to put money on it, and all right, that Southgate will be Man United manager beginning of next season.
Yeah, I actually
Anyway.
see it.
Right, isn't it?
Saeed, you can come support. Saeed, you can come support Inter with me. Be hilarious.
No, I'm watching. I'm looking at Xavi and the Stuttgart manager. That's what I'm doing. I might even do a watch along tomorrow. Stuttgart watch along. And just see what
We've got Inter in a couple of weeks, mate.
Hey,
Yeah, I know you're getting smashed, but fine.
Yeah.
Unless you park,
Oh,
unless
we'll
you come to the
be
San Siro and park the bus, like what
We'll
you
be
do
fine.
against bigger teams. Go for it.
Abdi Hasman, allow that, man. Miguel Delaney hype, bro. Miguel Delaney, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? You could have used a better source than that, Abdi Hasman. Miguel Delaney hype. But listen, there's still 950 people here, 407. We're gonna quickly get predictions of all the games this weekend, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But guys, let's get to 500 likes before the end of the show, people. We could easily do that. Let's look at the fixtures. Before we do that, let's look at the table. This weekend, Man City, Liverpool obviously top of the league. Man City, I've got Southampton this weekend. Arsenal there. Aston Villa doing well this season. You know what I mean? Only one loss, and that was against
Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal, yeah, Arsenal, yeah, true.
When will you
Right,
guys panic? When will Arsenal fans panic?
At a weekend if we lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, this game you'll panic? If you're sixth
think
this
some will.
week,
I think
if Chelsea
will,
win, because if
Saeed
Chelsea,
just go around
Brighton,
and
and Villa, you guys will panic at all? No.
Listen, you worry about Inter Milan. You've got
Let's do
nothing
that,
to do with the English league, mate, right? You just said, right, Aston Villa are having a good season. Yeah, did you just say that side? Like, and we're above them.
Yeah,
and
they
it's all
haven't.
doom
Yeah,
and
no.
gloom.
Yeah.
All doom and gloom. Come
You are
on.
above them with 2 points.
Yeah.
Sorry, with 2
Look
goals,
where
2
we've
even
gone.
goals, bro.
Look where
Oh
we've
my
gone.
God.
We've been to Manchester City away, Tottenham away.
We need a new show, man. The
You're
judges show. The judges show.
Yeah.
Who's the
no,
winner?
Lee versus Mo's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
here
lie.
for it.
This is a good.
I'm
This is
here
a good
for it.
one.
I'm
It's
here
got
for it.
now. Listen, Mo's got a problem with Leeds. I get it. Like, you know,
Ain't Arsenal playing Inter Milan soon? Ain't Arsenal playing Inter Milan soon? When is Arsenal playing Inter Milan, by the way?
6th of November.
Well, we will be there.
We will be there. We will be there for sure.
Right, okay, cool. Let's look at the fixtures this weekend. Everyone give your predictions. Obviously, Leicester played tonight. You know what? I'm fancying Leicester to win this one. 2-1 Leicester. Judges, what do you
2-2.
think?
I'm quite impressed with Forest. I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Dan?
I'm going 3-1 Forest, man. They're flying.
Yeah, they are. They are. They literally had 1 loss this season only. Crazy. Drifty, what are you saying?
2-2.
2-2 Mo?
The same, 2-2.
2-2, cool. Aston Villa, Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they're doing all right this season. Not too bad. But I think Villa will win this. I reckon 3-1 Villa. Lee?
2-0 Villa.
Dan?
Yeah. 2-0 Villa for me as well.
Drifty?
Same as you said, 3-1 Villa.
Yeah, Mo?
3-1 Villa.
Yeah, big up everyone in the chat. Get your predictions as you go along. Brentford, Ipswich. Ipswich still without a win. 1 of 4 that haven't got a win yet. Is that a record, by the way? I think it is, isn't it? 4 teams
Derby
without a win.
must have done that. Do you remember the season Derby only got 11 points? They must have done something similar to that.
about all four at the same time. All four teams.
Yeah, I think he's.
all four
yeah.
teams. Oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah, I can see Brentford winning that one, Embuemo. Yeah. 2-0 Brentford.
2-1 for me.
I'm biased because I really like Ipswich. I want them to stay up bad, but I can't be biased here. Yeah, I go 2-1 Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Brentford, or maybe even 3-0. I think Brentford are, at home, they're brilliant. So
Yeah, they're at home, yeah. I don't think they've lost a game at home. Mo, what are you saying?
3-1 Brentford.
3-1 Brentford. There you go. Brighton, who again having an amazing season as well. 1 loss this season, 3 draws, 4 wins, 15 points. If they win, they could be third in the
Second.
league. No,
Third. Yeah,
Third,
yeah,
yeah.
they could be third. Yeah.
if Aston Villa don't win. But yeah, Brighton against the Wolves again, who haven't won a game this season. Shock. This is one of them. I'm going to say a shock one. I'm going to say Wolves win 2-1. It's one of them games where it clicks for them. 2-1 Wolves.
They haven't been playing as bad as their positions.
Exactly, yeah.
No, they haven't. They haven't.
But I'm going to go Brighton at home 1-0. I'm going to go Brighton.
Yeah.
I'm going to go madness. I'm going to go Brighton 4, Wolves 2.
Jeez. Come on.
Ooh,
Bro.
goals.
I'm with Lee. I'm gonna go 1-0 Brighton.
Yeah.
1 Brighton.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Man City, Southampton. This could be one of them scorelines, which could be anything, man. It could be 4-5.
It's gonna be a long day, Saeed. It's gonna be a long day.
I need to get Haaland in triple points, triple captain him.
That's what I've done, man. That's what I've done. 4-0 City, Haaland, triple captain. That's what I've gone.
Yeah. What are you saying?
I'm going 4-1.
4-1. Drifty.
4-0.
Yeah, that's what I've got for.
5-1.
5-1. Okay, cool. Everton against Fulham. Fulham had a little bit of blip last game, but Everton, great. If Everton win, they go all the way to joint 12th with United, which everybody was doubting them, man. After 4 losses at the start of the season, they could win this game. But yeah, I'm going to go with Everton to win. Everton to win 2-1.
1-0 Everton.
I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham.
Drifty.
I'm gonna sit on the fence with this one and go 2-2. This is the hardest game to predict, I think, of the weekend. This is a tricky one to predict,
Tricky one, yeah.
Tricky one, yeah. 2-0, I'm gonna go.
What are you saying, Mo?
2-1 Fulham. Sorry, Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everton are going to win this. They're going to continue the good form. They haven't lost a game in 4. They picked up points. I think they're going to win this game, to be honest.
Right, lads, get your money on Fulham.
There we go. Chelsea versus Newcastle. Newcastle struggling at the minute, even though they're still 9th, but a lot of draws, a lot of,
I think he's under a bit of pressure, Eddie Howe, if I don't.
He is. I think he's reached his kind of almost, bit of moment where he's got to move on now, I think, for me.
You know what? Life as a Newcastle fan must be so frustrating because you've got an ownership now that's willing to do what you wanted. And when they took over, there was so much positivity. And because they haven't been able to spend the money, they've just fully stagnated, innit? Like, just completely.
They're giving up also the owners, Drifty. They're giving up the owners, Drifty. They're giving up.
So?
Yeah, they're focusing on the World Cup and all the Saudi League and buying. So the money, and because they didn't allow them to spend, right? So they're giving up. And it shows they're giving up. Like, I actually think Newcastle will be sold again. Saudis will sell them and look to get a bigger club.
Yeah.
That will have the
very,
funds.
very.
Wow. Imagine that.
Wow.
That's a
But bro,
shout.
it's the investment are not paying off, right? The Premier League are not allowing them to spend. They aren't allowed to expand and spend their money and get their things in. The team is all right. However, okay, they're stagnant, as you guys said. They could have spent a lot of money, but they aren't allowed to. So why would the owners continue with it? They're going to try to sell the club. They bought the club for like what, 300 million? That is nothing, right? It doesn't matter if they sell it on a loss. Who cares? They won't care. But then they go try a Liverpool or something like that. They might go for Arsenal or something if the Cronkies want to sell. I doubt. But the FSG might be selling if the price is right.
Okay.
Do you know what, guys? I don't want to take the conversation left side, but I've been thinking about doing a video on this. I think instead of there being PSR and FFP and all these kind of things, or wage caps or whatever, I just think there should be a squad value cap. And I think that would make things so much easier for rich teams to be able to spend money.
That's
So,
a shout,
like, say, for example, your whole squad can't be worth more than 850 million. I'm just giving you a random number. And then as long as you work around that, then based on how much you paid for a player, do you know what I mean? And then maybe the Newcastles could flex a bit more. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be that it wouldn't give them free roam, but I think it is unfair that you can
Massive
have money
shout.
and you just
You know what it
can't
is? They just don't have
spend
them.
any of it. Do you know what I mean? Like
It's a
They're
great
never
shout,
going to be a
Drift.
global club, though. They're never going to be a big club.
You never said that about Man City, didn't you?
Man City. Yeah, but
They're a
obviously
global-
success brings trophies in it as well. In terms
Exactly. So if Newcastle were allowed to spend and get their brand back in the Champions League again and maybe win some trophies here and there, they can market the club. You know, they have the money to market
No,
the club.
but the thing is, though, Man City will never be as big as Arsenal in terms of globally as Liverpool and Man United, though, will they?
They might, yes. I believe 20, 30 years, yes.
20,
Which is
you
what
believe
took,
20, 30 years,
what
they'll-
took Man United and what took Chelsea,
enough.
yes.
Fair
Because
enough.
the young generation all over the world, in Asia, in Africa, in America, who are they supporting? Is they supporting Man United? No, they're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I
Right
think
now,
if
they're still
Man City keep doing what they're doing for the next 20 years, of course they will, but not right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea as well. Yeah. Okay. Chelsea, Newcastle. Speaking about Chelsea, Newcastle, I'm going to go with them to win 3-1. Lee?
I've gone 2-2.
2-2. Dan?
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0
What
Chelsea.
are you, judges? You're writing our prediction down or something? I was like, why are you writing?
I always write. I make
He's
sure
writing our He's taking receipts, bro. What is going on in the show?
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
I'm putting down your results to make sure that I
Oh
don't
my God. Go ahead.
bow.
I'm here for it.
Big up, big up.
accumulator settings.
Mo,
Drifty said what? Is me? I say 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1. Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, but I didn't give my set. 2-0 Chelsea.
sorry.
So 2-0
Exactly.
Chelsea.
See?
No, but I thought he said something. I was like,
You don't
yo,
hit
you
people that much, though. It's all right. It's okay.
Okay. Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. This one for me is quite easy. 2-0 Spurs.
Oh,
And it's down to 3. Crystal Palace 2, Tottenham 1.
Oh, wow.
It's
Wow.
Dan, what are you saying?
I'm going to go for 2-1 Spurs, unfortunately.
Yeah, Drifty.
2-0 Palace.
2-0 Palace.
Wow.
I've
3-1
always liked
Spurs.
you, Drifty. I've always liked you.
3-1 Spurs.
And
Okay.
you know what? I'm not even just saying it. Palace.
Now
is
I've
home
got feeling. I've got feeling.
Yeah, and Palace have got to start playing well at
They've
some
got
point.
to.
They've got a
They've got
great
to.
manager,
Yeah.
and they're not playing badly. They're a bit like Wolves. Their results aren't quite reflecting
I
their
agree.
performances. And they're at home. Everyone knows Selhurst Park is a tricky place to go. I
Yeah.
don't like. I never enjoy going to Selhurst Park. I think Tottenham's going to come unstuck from their good run.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question before I know that we're going to move on? If they aren't doing as well, does anybody think that Ezzy will be moved in January?
No.
No. He's going to stay until the end of the season.
Yeah,
Summer.
stay to the end. Yeah,
Summer.
stay to the end.
West Ham, last one. We predicted, obviously, the Arsenal one. West Ham versus Man United.
Go on in, Saeed.
2-1 United.
1-1.
I'm going to go for Rangers nil, St Mirren nil.
Do you know what? I'm not gaslighting you at all. 3-0 Man United.
Okay.
You're definitely gaslighting him, but fine.
Yeah, because we never scored 3 goals in a long while.
No, West Ham have got no what's his name?
Kudos.
Oh,
No,
yeah, he's
Kudos.
out, isn't he? Kudos is out,
They've
isn't
got
he?
no kudos, and I don't see anyone else in their team that could give you any problems. Said
Bowen?
but the form of Bowen stinks, though. Do you get what I mean? Like he's not
Well,
playing well.
now's the time to make your form better.
2-2 in my opinion. This is going to be 2-2. Somerville masterclass on the left side.
Oh yeah, Somerville. Yeah. Cool.
No, Somerville's been horrible so far, man.
He
So
haven't even
Mo's
played.
gaslighting you
You
there,
have
say.
to
Now
time.
Mo's gaslighting you, bro.
Start your season against United. That's what I love. We give everyone start their season. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
But listen,
Somerville.
people, we're gonna wrap it up here. We're not even on 500 likes yet, guys. Come on, we're nearly there. 4, 5, 6. Can we do that before everyone shouts their channels out and whatnot? Lee Judges, thank you. It's been a while, but you're good to see you back, man.
No worries, enjoyed it, like, you know what I mean? So good to be back.
Big up to you. We're gonna be redirected Dan Potts. Big up to you. We've got a show coming up now. Big up to you.
Big up, man. Love for having me, man.
Yeah, big up to you. Drifty, we got coming up. Anything you got coming up tonight? What's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna be going live for our calling show at 10 to 7 tonight, last Friday of the month, which is always a stormer. Always enjoy the calling show. So yeah, 6:45 on Coppish, we're going live for the calling show. So yeah, man, and pleasure as always, man. Big up.
There you go. There you go. Big up, man. Just Mo, big up to you, man. We got coming up.
Today we got MHF at 8. Myself and Osama. I don't know. We're just gonna talk about Arsenal. What else to talk about other than Arsenal?
That's
bro?
it. That's
Nothing
it.
else
That's
to
it,
talk
people.
about, bro. Is it?
I'll be back alive at 10 o'clock, man. I got a special live show with two people, so we're gonna be doing that. And yeah, you'll see the thumbnail when you get a chance. But yeah, we need to talk.
Hey,
We need to talk
Chin up,
tonight.
Saeed, man. Chin up, man. Come on, man.
Bro, man.
I don't like seeing you like this, bro. I don't like seeing you.
You
like
know. Give me the Mourinho one where they were like, "Yo."
That's what I'm saying,
man.
man. Chin up, man. Chin up, man. Keep your head up, man.
So what were you chilling up in the Carlsberg era and that, and you know the Roy Hodgson era and that? Well, how were you like back in them days? Like
I was just rolling with the punches.
you Arsenal fan then?
I was just rolling with the punches
Yeah.
every day. That's it.
Well, it's mad. It's mad. But listen, people, make sure you like the video. Make sure you go to Dan Potts' channel now. Raid. I will see you lot later on, 10 p.m. We're out. Peace.